back to issues concerning the economy. The International Monetary Fund has cut Ghana's growth rate for this year to 3.6% from the earlier 5.2%. The fund in this World Economic Outlook report also projected end-year inflation rate, you heard me talk about it with Serum, to 27.2%. Well, George Affe has more from Washington, D.C.
The 3.6% growth rate as captured in the IMF World Economic Outlook report is slightly lower than government's own 3.7% as projected in the media review of estimates. For some, the IMF might be on the same path in terms of how government is hoping to end the year when it comes to economic activities and how that could impact on revenue mobilization by the end of this year. We should also not forget about the economic growth and how that will impact on the debt to GDP ratio numbers. The Bank of Ghana, in its latest economic and financial data report, put the debt to GDP ratio at 68%, with the country's debt standing at 402 billion Ghana cedis ending July this year. On inflation, the IMF is projecting that Ghana would end the year at a rate of 27.2%. This should mean that with August inflation pegged at 33.9%, the current levels should be slowing down by the end of this year.
And while this is the latest update we have from Washington, D.C., the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, is pushing for quick completion of negotiations with the International Monetary Fund for an economic program that will address Ghana's macroeconomic and structural challenges. He's been meeting with the director of the Africa Department of the IMF, Abebe Emro Selassie, at the ongoing IMF World Bank Spring meetings. Formal negotiations will continue after the annual meetings between the government and the IMF team, led by the IMF Mission Chief, Stefan Hode. The negotiations will prioritize the implementation of policies that create the conditions for a stable macroeconomic environment, sustainable growth, and debt sustainability.